Today on Missing Number, Five Nights at Freddy's 1987 Easter egg. The time mobile users heard a woman crying and begging for help in the middle of a relaxing game, and the strangest glitches and unexpected gaming moments. Missing Number starts now. My Oasis is billed as an anxiety relief game. According to the game's description in the App Store, it's a tapper game where you tap the screen as animals roam around on a peaceful island. The game is, quote, designed for relaxation to calm your mind within seconds. However, some users who played the game actually became stressed. Under the review section for the game, players said that My Oasis creeped them out, since during gameplay they could hear a woman crying and begging for help. One user wrote that the game was, quote, scary, and that they could hear a woman desperately pleading over the game's normal soothing melody. At first they thought it was the in-game animals yelling for assistance due to being neglected, but even after they received TLC, the cries for help persisted. The reviewer added, quote, "It was terrifying to hear a person's voice with such distress in it. I felt unsettled, worried, and I'm concerned about the making of this game. This needs to be addressed." Another user wrote that they also heard weird music on top of the crying, which gave them anxiety. "Stay away from this game," they warned. "These sounds do not relieve stress, they cause it," wrote another player. Strangely, muting the game's music and sound effects did nothing. In fact, the unsettling cries for help could be heard in other mobile games like Dragonvale as well.
Help!
So where was the crying coming from? It turns out that an ad was erroneously running in the background. A moderator on the Dragonvale subreddit said they believed it was a zombie ad, while a gaming mystery YouTuber named Oddheader said it was an ad that prompted you to save a girl. According to a Redditor named L. Adler, who owns a Dragonvale forum, it was specifically an ad for a mobile game called Family Island. It's a farming game in which your family is stranded on a deserted island. While the game's ad didn't have a woman's voice screaming help, it did have music that had the same instruments and arrangement as the ad heard in My Oasis and Dragonvale. L. Adler stated that the music for both ads were clearly composed by the same person. Additionally, music from other ads, such as for a Star Trek game, have also crept into Dragonvale as well. If you like this video so far, be sure to subscribe, like, and click the bell icon for notifications. If you have any gaming myths, mysteries, oddities, or Easter eggs, be sure to let me know. You can also check out my other YouTube channel and watch me live on Twitch. The links are in the video description. Now back to the show. In the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, there are two infamous events known as the Bite of 83 and the Bite of 87. In 1983, a Chuck E. Cheese-style restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner opened. It featured singing and dancing animatronics like the titular Fredbear. One day a boy named Evan was celebrating his birthday at the restaurant, but he was scared of the animatronics. Evan's older brother Michael knew this, and decided to scare him by putting him inside Fredbear's mouth. However, a spring lock failure caused Fredbear's mouth to crush Evan's skull, sending him to the hospital where he eventually died. The restaurant subsequently shut down, and Fredbear was decommissioned and put in storage. In 1987, a new Freddy restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was opened. It had new and improved animatronics, one of which was Fredbear's successor Freddy Fazbear. However, this time around the animatronics became possessed by vengeful spirits of children who were murdered. The person who murdered them was the restaurant's owner, William Aftron, whose son was Evan, the boy who was killed by Fredbear in 1983. Afton stuffed his dead victims in the animatronics, which resulted in the children's spirits taking possession of the mechanical figures. They wanted to kill Afton for what he did to them, but they indiscriminately killed any adult in blind rage. One of their victims was one of the restaurant's security guards whose frontal lobe was bitten off. It's unknown who exactly did it. The most famous animatronic is Freddy, but there's another variation known as Golden Freddy. It's a mysterious yellow-colored ghost-like being that's deadlier, and it's theorized that two spirits possess it. Shortly after the original Five Nights came out, there was a rumor that you could unlock a special Golden Freddy cutscene if you set the difficulty of the enemy AI to 1987. This was a reference to the Bite of 1987. However, the rumor was quickly discovered to be a hoax. Fans were undoubtedly disappointed, but enough people had spread the false rumor that the game's creator Scott Cawthon added a Golden Freddy Easter egg in patch 1.13. Now if you set the enemy AI to 1987 post-patch, this is what happens. Cawthon purportedly added the jump scare Easter egg to dispel the cutscene rumor and to mess with players. In addition to that, Golden Freddy can also be encountered during gameplay, but you only have a 1 in 32,000 chance of seeing him. To encounter the character, you have to look at a poster through a specific camera feed. Normally the poster features Freddy, but there's a rare chance that it changes to Golden Freddy. If that happens, a girl's laughter can be heard, and when you go back to your office, Golden Freddy will be in the room and kill you, ostensibly causing your game to crash.
Where are you, Mr. Chicken? I'm already at the door now. Whoa, he just disappeared, literally. Now back. How did you just teleport? I caught him teleport. I don't know where that came from, but I caught him. Ah!
Around the world, players have encountered strange glitches and unexpected moments in their games. Here's what they found.
Prepare yourself! Large insects are coming!
Repair the relays. When you're done, regroup at the palace. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
What are we activating?
Something that'll stop the Empire. What's your name, soldier?
Delmica.
Del. Imperial reinforcements are converging on this sector. We can stop them, but I need you to reactivate those relays.
Yes, Mom.
Secure the area. We need this location safe.
See a heavy.
Stay close. I'll keep us safe.
No.
Focus, here.
You caught me in a red zone.
Nicely done.
Where's Batman been hiding?
just glitch out? 'Cause I can't shoot. I can't jump anymore. What the heck? Oh, he crashed!